store, get some milk, bread, and eggs, go to the gas station. Oh yeah, and get lost in the woods.
Did you know that the colonists who arrived on Cape Cod, you know, the place they had the first Thanksgiving, all died within 3 months of their arrival, all because they didn't have the knowledge how to survive in the wild.
Wow, how did they die?
Well, they first went.
Sorry, I'm late. What page are we on? You know, surviving the destructive forces of man and nature is all about staying alive after the bomb hits. That way, we can tell you couch potatoes out there that are gonna die.
Told you so.
Oh, it isn't. Survival is about all those people who think the sky is going to fall. Like that Y2K thingy.
You mean the Y2K bug?
Bug? It was a computer thingy.
Hold it, hold it. Survival isn't about the Y2K thingy, or about nuclear disasters or any sky-falling scenarios. It's about staying alive when the worst comes your way.
You see?
We need to be prepared when the technologies that make our lives easier is lost due to natural or man-made disasters.
What kind of disasters do you mean?
Nuclear bomb!
No, the disasters we can face any day of the week usually come from nature.
Some of these disasters are like tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes, floods, and snowstorms. Oh.
But survival doesn't mean you have to move out to the country and live in some shack with no running water or electricity. It simply means to understand the techniques our ancestors used when technology wasn't there for them, and then practice them.
How are they supposed to practice them if they live in the city? Or one of those fancy houses, you know, the ones with electricity, cable TV, and those indoor toilets? You know, personally, I think the best advice to tell them is to, when disaster strikes, to not panic.
No.
Just place your head between your knees and kiss
Okay,
your...
all right. Thank you. No, you can practice the basics of survival right in your own backyard, or on your next camping trip, or in the comfort of your own home. You see, you need to learn the basics of survival and build upon that knowledge with experience so you can apply it when it really counts. This will help save your life, and it'll make your next camping trip a whole lot more fun. Did you know the Vikings would survive long voyages out at sea by drinking their own urine?
Ew, that would kill you.
Actually, consuming your own urine will make you very sick if you continue to drink it. But when there's no fresh water, like out at sea, it could save your life.
Well, if it'll save my life, I'll give it a try.
Whoa there! Before you start drinking your urine, which, by the way, is the last resort, maybe we should see if water is available. Imagine, if you will, we're in the middle of a forest. Ice water everywhere.
I don't see no water. Where'd that cup go? I gotta pee.
Ugh. That's gross. There's water all around us. All you need to know is how to get it.
That's right. See, it's winter and there's snow on the ground. Snow is made up of water.
Oh, but don't eat it. Eating snow can only cause dehydration, which leads to frostbite.
But if I can't eat the snow, how can I get the water from it?
I'm glad you asked, girl character. In order to get the water from snow, you have to melt it.
That would be great if I had a pot or pan and some matches. Hey, are you sure you don't have a cup?
If you don't have a pot or a fire, you can use another form of heat to melt your snow. Miscellaneous character, whom we can do without.
The sun?
Nope, your own body.
And where are you going to put that snow? And if you're going to say what I think you're going to say, I don't want to hear it.
Actually, in order to melt the snow, you might want to be a little prepared.
Yeah, don't leave your house.
No. I mean, you might want to keep a few things with you in case you find yourself in that situation.
Well, I know I will never find myself in this type of situation. It's not like I plan on getting lost in the woods, you know.
Plan on getting lost.
Oh, yeah, let's see. Go grocery store, get some milk, bread, and eggs. Go to the gas station. Oh, yeah, and get lost in the woods.
Nobody plans on getting lost. Well, most people don't plan on getting lost, but you might be on your next hiking trip, or camping trip, or snowmobiling, or you might just get stuck in your car in a ditch in the middle of a snowstorm. The idea is to be prepared.
And if nothing happens, you wasted your time.
Well, it's better to be prepared for the worst and have nothing happen, and then have the worst happen and not be prepared.
So, what is this preparation for melting snow?
Where's my brain? The military instructs their soldiers to carry one of these for winter survival.
What's that?
I can't tell you what this is, but your parents know, and you can ask them. It is a family show.
I can think of a couple things to do with that right now. Ta-da!
You see, I carry one of these for winter survival, which I still can't mention what this is, but I place snow inside of it, put the snow inside my parka, the body heat melts the snow, and voila, water. Oh, an important note. If you're gonna try one of these, try one that's non-lubricated. The chemicals they use for lubrication can be harmful if consumed.
Hey, what if it's summer? Do I get to drink my urine then?
No. All you need to do is wait until morning when the dew is fresh on the leaves of the trees, wipe it off with a sponge, and enjoy it. You can also use bark of a tree to collect the water. If you don't have that, you can tie cloth around your leg, walk through wet vegetation, drink and enjoy. You can also use a solar still. Take a plastic bag, like this one, and place it over a tree branch, one with a lot of leaves. Then secure it using a piece of string or a shoelace. Excuse me, thank you. Tie it off, making sure that the corner of the bag is at the bottom, so when the water collects, it goes to the bottom. Now, the heat from the sun will heat up the air inside, causing condensation from the leaves to collect at the bottom.
And if you don't have trees like a desert or the plains, you can dig a hole and use that bag to place over the hole. Put rocks on the bag to hold it down and one rock in the middle. The air inside the hole will heat up and the water from the atmosphere will condense on the bag and drip to the bottom.
But don't forget to put a cup on the bottom to collect the water.
You can also find water in lakes and in streams, but be careful. These waters can contain harmful bacteria.
Oh my God.
What kind of bacteria?
Well, the kind that can make you sick.
That's right. Microscopic organisms, known as microbial pathogens, live in the water. Some of these pathogens include bacteria like Giardia and Salmonella, and other very harmful viruses and parasites. Microorganisms are very small, and it takes a microscope to see them. Hence the name microorganisms.
Duh.
Some microorganisms are good, but some are bad and will make you sick.
Some of the symptoms of these illnesses can be nausea,
Dizziness.
Lung irritations,
skin rashes,
Abdominal cramps?
And gas.
And diarrhea, dysentery, or vomiting. Don't even think about it.
They can even cause death.
Bacteria found in waters from ponds, lakes, streams, or puddles can be very dangerous. If it's not an emergency, boil the water for 10 minutes. That'll kill off any dangerous pathogens living in it.
And if you have 2 containers, you can pour the boiled water back and forth to put air back in for
That's
taste.
a good idea. Or you can purchase one of these filters. These are designed to take out all dangerous pathogens living in it.
Next up, a sailor's disease from the past, scurvy. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Public station? What? You mean I'm not getting paid? Here's a helpful hint. The Minnesota State Patrol advises drivers to carry with them a winter survival kit for their vehicle. This kit should include a 3-pound coffee can, a candle, matches, a red bandana or cloth, a sharp knife, a small sharp knife, a large plastic garbage bag, a pencil stub and a piece of paper, food like miniature candy bars, food bars, and raisins, a plastic whistle, a spoon, and change taped to the inside lid of your coffee can. Oh, and you may want to keep the kit packed in your coffee can.
I got some stuff down here. That's okay.
Oh, and you may want to keep your kit packed in the passenger compartment of your vehicle, just in case you can't reach the trunk.
And if you'd like to know more, you can visit the Minnesota State Patrol at their website. It's www.dps.state.mn.us. You can get some more helpful information from them.
Did you know that the colonists who arrived on Cape Cod, you know, the place they had the first Thanksgiving, all died within 3 months of their arrival? All because they didn't have the knowledge how to survive in the wild.
Wow, how did they die?
Well, they first went.
Sorry, I'm late. What page are we on?
The early colonists died from a disorder called scurvy.
Army matey, scurvy is a disorder caused by a vitamin C deficiency. That means that their bodies didn't have enough vitamin C to function right.
That's right. When the colonists arrived, they didn't have any perishables, fruits or vegetables, because they'd go bad due to the long voyages at sea.
Arr! Isn't vitamin C necessary for bones and teeth and ligaments and tendons?
That's right. What's on your shoulder?
Perhaps.
I think that's supposed to be a parrot. When your body runs out of vitamin C, scurvy develops. But it takes about 3 to 4 months before the scurvy really starts affecting your body in a bad way. You see, scurvy weakens the capillaries in the tiny blood vessels in your body and loosens your teeth. People start bleeding from the gums and just under the skin. Other symptoms include irritability, pain and tenderness of the legs, swelling over the long bones like the arms and the legs, and blood hemorrhaging. Fever can result, and in the end, sudden death. You see, the cure for scurvy is vitamin C. We don't have scurvy much today because vitamin C is in everything we eat. Of course, if you look into stuff in the kitchen that you already eat, on the side of the box in nutritional facts it says vitamin C. Vitamin C is in about everything we eat. We also eat fruits, vegetables, we drink fruit juices, and some people even eat vitamin C tablets.
So that's why we don't get scurvy anymore?
That's right, but scurvy is still around if you're not eating vitamin C. Now, it only generally affects the elderly and alcoholics today. You see, many of the colonists died a few days after a ride due to scurvy, and over half died in the winter because there was no fruits or vegetables available till summer.
So they were doomed from the start?
Yes, but if they had the knowledge we have today, none of that would ever happen. You see, it wasn't until 1746 until a man by the name of James Lind discovered that oranges and lemons were effective in curing the disease.
That's because those fruits are high in vitamin C.
That's right. After the discovery, they started giving sailors lime and lemon juice to keep the disease away, hence the name Limey.
So, if they would have known more about what caused scurvy, they wouldn't have died from the disorder on their way to America.
Bingo! Well, if they would have known what we know today, they would have found a certain coniferous tree found on the East Coast, here in Minnesota. And this tree is packed full of vitamin C.
What? They would eat the tree?
No, they would make a tea.
Tea?
Ah, yes, tea. The dry and prepared leaves of the shrub, Camellia sinensis.
That's right. But in this case, the tea is not made from a tea plant. It's made from a pinus species of tree.
The what, the who tree?
Pinus species. Pine tree.
Pine, a common name for members of the Pinaceae, a family of resinous, woody trees with needle-like, usually evergreen leaves.
Now, a pine tree is a type of conifer. Now, a conifer has wood-like cones and narrow leaves. Here in Minnesota, we have a variety of conifers, including spruce, larch, fir, cedar, and pine. But the pine tree is the only pinus species of the conifer.
To make pine tree tea, you're going to need the following: pine needles, boiling water, and a cup. That. If you can't use it responsibly, you can't use it at all. If you are going to make any pine tree tea, make sure that you're not allergic to pine trees, as some people are.
Take the needles off the pine tree. Try not to get any sap on them. It has a turpentine taste. Break them in half and stick them in a cup, just enough to cover the bottom. Then, pour boiling water into the cup and wait about 5-10 minutes. And then, tea time.
Here's a helpful tip from the American Red Cross. The heat waves of summertime,
As opposed to the heat waves of the wintertime?
as I was saying, the heat waves of summertime can be just as dangerous as the sub-freezing temperatures of winter. So, if a heat wave is predicted or happening, slow down.
And avoid strenuous activity.
If you must do strenuous activity, be sure to do it during the coolest part of the day, which is usually in the morning.
Stay inside as much as possible and wear light-colored clothing.
And drink plenty of water.
Water is the safest liquid to drink. Beer, sodas, and liquor only dehydrate the body much faster.
And remember, if you or someone you know is pale, cool, or moist and has flushed skin,
If they're heavily sweating and have nausea and vomiting,
is dizzy, or has exhaustion, get them to a cool place quick. They could be suffering from a heat stroke, and that could be fatal if not treated fast.
if the skin is red and hot and the pulse is weak and rapid,
If they have changes in their consciousness, or if they have a temperature of 105 degrees or more, call 911 now. They could be suffering from heat stroke.
try to get them to lay down and cover them with some cool towels. If they can, have them drink some fluid, as long as they're not nauseous or they're unconscious.
And remember, heat stroke can occur within 10 minutes. Stay cool and drink lots of water.
And be safe.
Well, that's all the time we have. Remember to stay safe and stay alive.
And it's true what they say.
Knowledge power.
You You see, you need to. Okay. In order to melt the snow. Oh, an important note. If you're going to try this, have one with you. Where'd it go? That's okay, girl character, because you can simply use a Ziploc bag or a canteen. You weren't ready! I want that's non-lubricated. The chemicals as you've been choosing, it's a customer sneeze. Now all you need to do is wait until morning when the dew is on the vegetation, take a sponge and wipe off the water, and you can also use a cup or a bark from the...
Oh, you had it. Is that real water or did you get it from
There's real water, but you get the sponge taste.
Wait until morning when the vegetation is wet from the dew. Wipe it off with a sponge and squeeze it out. You can also use a bark to collect the water. I'm scared of that sponge. That's right. After discovery here, I gotta say discovery first. Pine tree is the only conifer. It's the only pioneer species of the conifer. It's the only pioneer species of the conifer. It's the only pioneer species of the conifer. Tree is a type of conifer. Now, a conifer has wooden cones and narrow leaves. And narrow leaves. Like leaves. Now, the pine tree, where am I going with this?
Try.
Whoa there! Nope. The disasters we can face any day of the week usually come from disasters.
nature.
Nope. The disasters we get. I can't take that. Thank you. Did you know the Vikings survived long voyages at sea by drinking their own urine?
Ew, that would kill you.
Actually, consuming your own urine will... She was stepping on my shoelace. Around us, all you need to know is how to get it.
That's right. See, it's winter and there's snow on the ground. Water is made up of snow.
Yes, but don't eat it. That can only cause dehydration. And that brings another take.
Made up of water.
No, but don't eat it. Eating snow can cause dehydration, which leads to another take. Ugh, that's gross. There's water all the... Then, you can tie it off using a shoe string or... Also make a solar still. Take a plastic bag, like this one, and place it over a tree branch, one with a lot of leaves. Now don't forget to put a cup on the bottom. Stop that. You know I have a hard time.
You didn't hear that? You weren't enunciating.
Oh, that's
Don't
because I
forget to
got
put a
like
butt.
smiles started.
Don't forget to put a butter cup in the butter.
Now don't forget to put a now don't forget to put a cup at the bottom. It collects the water. Okay.
Tuned. Next time.
That's so funny when somebody else